Get out of my lobby. This place isn't for your kind." The words weren't a careless slip. They were a deliberate statement, delivered with the racist certainty of a company policy. Gregory Vance, manager of the Horizon Grand Hotel in downtown Seattle, stood behind a front desk with his arms crossed, a look of contempt etched on his face. He didn't whisper or hide his disdain. He spoke so the entire lobby could hear. He looked directly at her, a black woman in plain lothies, and made a snap judgment that she didn't belong. What he didn't know was that in exactly 9 minutes, the woman standing in front of him would fire him and every single member of his team in that very lobby. Aisha Carter walked through the glass doors of the Horizon Grand alone. She had no entourage, no designer labels, just a black t-shirt, fitted jeans, and a pair of calm eyes that had seen this scenario before. She moved with a quiet confidence that sent a ripple through the opulent lobby. As she approached the front desk, Gregory, 48, was flanked by 2 clerks. Lauren Hayes, 30, with a tight ponytail and tighter smile, and Kevin Patel, 27, arms already folded in suspicion. None of them greeted her. They just looked her up and down as if she were a problem waiting to happen. "I have a reservation," Aisha said evenly. "Penthouse suite. The name's Carter." Gregory squinted, as if he couldn't believe what he was hearing. "That's a very high-tier room. Are you sure you've booked the right hotel?" Aisha didn't respond to the insult. She simply slid her ID and a black credit card across the marble counter. Gregory picked up the card with 2 fingers, holding it as if it might stain him. "Strange," he muttered. "This looks suspicious." Lauren pressed a button on the desk, her voice ringing out over the intercom. "Security, we may have an unauthorized guest trying to access one of our premium suites. Possibly fraudulent." Aisha's expression remained changed. "I'm not here for trouble. I'm here for my room." Kevin scoffed. "You know, people try this all the time. Fancy cards they found, fake names. Hoping we won't check." Across the room, Sophie Lynn, a travel blogger, had already raised her phone. "I'm filming this," she whispered to her friend, Jacob Reed. "People need to see this." Jacob began live streaming. "We're at the Horizon Grand in Seattle, and we're watching something ugly happen in real time." Elena Ruiz, a young concierge standing off to the side, looked up from her desk. Her eyes met Aisha's, and a silent moment of recognition, or concern, passed between them. Elena took a step forward, but Gregory cut her off with a sharp glance. "She doesn't belong here," he snapped. The escalation. Aisha reached for her phone and sent a quick tap. 3 blocks away, her executive assistant, Nia Thompson, immediately picked up. "It's happening," Aisha said quietly. "The system's ready," Nia replied without hesitation. Gregory was still flipping her card. "We've seen this scam before," he said, louder this time. "People come in, claim to have bookings, flash a high-limit card, and disappear the second we call the bank. Well, not this time." He handed the card to Kevin. "Lock it up." Kevin eagerly took the card and, with exaggerated care, placed it in a small safe behind the desk, slamming the door shut. "You're done here," he said with a smirk. Sophie, filming, exclaimed, "They just took her card. That's theft." Aisha didn't move. "You're going to regret this," she stated calmly. Gregory leaned forward. "Your reservation isn't sold. We don't tolerate deception. You're holding up real guests." "You mean the ones watching this right now?" Aisha gestured towards Sophie and Jacob. Other guests had stopped what they were doing, some whispering, some clearly uncomfortable. Lauren stepped in. "You need to leave now." "Are you sure?" Aisha's gaze was steady. "Positive," Lauren said, "or we'll call the authorities." "Go ahead," Gregory smirked. "Make a scene. It won't end well for you." "That's the last time you speak to me like that," Aisha said. Elena finally stepped forward. "She's right," she said, her voice shaking. "I saw her name in our system this morning. Her reservation is valid." Gregory turned to her. "One more word, and you're gone too." Aisha reached for her phone again. This time her voice was louder. "Nia, log this moment. Lock into video timestamps." "Logged." Nia's voice came through clearly. "System's ready." Kevin, trying to regain authority, shouted, "You're a fraud, lady. You think a card gets you in here? Go back to wherever you came from." Elena, now standing shoulder to shoulder with Aisha, retorted, "I've worked here for 3 years, and I've seen this pattern before. Every time a guest like her walks in, you treat them like criminals." Gregory's face flushed red. "Enough. I want her out now, or I'll have security escort both of you." The final turn. The tension was already turning against them. Jacob, still filming, pointed the camera at himself. "Just to be clear," he said to his livestream audience, "we're watching a guest be harassed by hotel staff after providing her name, card, and ID. And now they're physically trying to remove her. This is disgusting." Aisha turned to Kevin. "Return my card now." Kevin smirked. "Or what? Or you'll be locked out of the Horizon system for life. No employment, no references, no appeal." Lauren snorted. "You don't speak for Horizon." "She does." Elena interjected. Gregory snapped. "You don't even know who she is." "Oh, she does," Sophie said. "We all do. Look at how she's standing. That's not someone begging for service. That's someone letting you dig your own grave." The crowd of guests had grown. They were all watching, whispering. The live stream views were climbing. Then, Elena stepped forward, her voice louder now. "This isn't the first time Gregory has ignored complaints like this. He's been warned. I logged 3 of them last month. 2 from solo women of color. All dismissed." Aisha looked around the lobby. Every phone was raised now. "Your time running this place unchecked is over," she said. Gregory, in a final desperate move, shouted, "Fine, if you won't leave, I'll call the cops myself." Aisha smiled. "Please do." For the first time, Gregory hesitated. He saw something in her face that unsettled him. Not fear, but power. Controlled, silent, and far beyond his reach. Guests began to move, subtly but deliberately, stepping between Aisha and the front desk. They didn't know her name yet, but they knew enough. One man rolled his suitcase directly into Lauren's path. Aisha took a single step forward and said one sentence. "This lobby belongs to me." Kevin's smirk faltered. Lauren looked down. Gregory blinked. And in that split-second silence, the lobby began to turn. Justice served "Throw her out now." Gregory's voice cracked across the marble lobby, a desperate effort to regain control. The lobby wasn't quiet anymore. Phones were raised, and whispers turned into open protests. But Gregory, red-faced and trembling with an authority he no longer held, pressed on. "She's trespassing. She's a liar." He slammed his hand on the intercom button. Kevin's voice crackled through the speakers. "To all staff, unauthorized individual in the lobby. Do not engage. Repeat, do not engage with this guest. Fraud alert." Aisha didn't flinch. "The guest did," Sophie shouted. "She's not a fraud. We're recording everything." Lauren, still following Gregory's lead, grabbed Aisha's arm. "Let's go." "You're embarrassing yourself," she hissed. That's when Elena Ruiz physically stepped between them. "Don't touch her again," she said, loud and clear. "You'll be fired." Lauren spat. "Then fire me," Elena snapped back. "But you're not putting your hands on her. Do you really think this circus makes you a leader?" Gregory snarled at Aisha. "You tricked your way in. You humiliated us in public." Aisha tilted her head slightly. "You think leadership is about hiding things, Gregory? Manipulating perception? Leadership is when people who have been ignored for too long finally speak up, and they're heard." On cue, a chorus of past slights and denied accountability rose from the guests. One woman spoke about a dismissed complaint from last spring. A man talked about a double charge on his room. Then Kevin, holding the intercom mic, whispered something barely audible that echoed through the speakers. "She owns the place, doesn't she?" The lobby fell quiet. "She does," Elena confirmed. Aisha stepped forward, past Elena and the half-circle of guests, right up to the front desk where Gregory stood frozen. "You wanted me out," she said evenly. "You framed me. You called me a thief and humiliated me in my own lobby." Aisha's phone rang, and Nia's voice came through loud and clear. "Aisha, Carla is ready. Do you want me to patch her through?" "Yes, right now," Aisha replied. Carla Bennett's voice, sharp and deliberate, filled the air. "Gregory Vance, Lauren Hayes, Kevin Patel, effective immediately, your employment with Horizon Hospitality Group is terminated. Your access has been revoked. Legal documentation is being prepared. Gregory's access badge buzzed red. So did Lawrence. So did Kevin's. They were locked out, live in front of every guest. No shouting, no theatrics. Just justice, quiet, complete, irreversible. Aisha turned to Elena. You did more than anyone else in this lobby. You told the truth, you stood up, and now you'll be promoted to guest services director for this property, effective today. A few guests began to clap, a slow, purposeful sound that acknowledged something long overdue. Aisha looked out over them and spoke. This wasn't just about me. This was about every guest who was told their presence was a problem, about every complaint that disappeared, every policy used to humiliate instead of serve. That ends today. She had just taken her hotel back, one decision at a time.